Well, a very good morning, buyers, and what an absolute pleasure it has been to represent this property for the last 4 weeks. It's an absolute credit to our vendor on how they prepared the property for your competition here today. Talking to our vendors inside, I said, what have you loved about living here? They said, Elaine, it's definitely the area over here, the neighbours and the community feel it has. And look around, you're surrounded by beautiful, beautiful homes. A property where you're going to be proud to bring your friends, to bring your family, to host Christmas and host those summer days outside there. Wait for introduction, my name is Elaine Free, proudly representing the Jellis Craig Real Estate Group in Monash. Assisting us, we got leading agent Jared, Brian, who many of you guys have met. We've got Josh and Sue also floating around. They're here to assist you with your bidding, so if you have any questions, feel free to grab their attention. Now, many of you guys requested the contractor sale in section 32. It has been on display for the last half an hour. It states the property we're selling is volume number 10984, being folio number 997, lot number 136. What do all those numbers mean? It means we're selling one Maiden court here in the heart of Burwood. We'll be selling the property with all electric light fittings, window finishing and floor coverings, buyers. That's going to come free with the property, but we do ask for a 10% deposit at the fall of the hammer, and the balance paid in a flexible 30, 60 or 90 days where the vendor's going to get the lucky purchaser here vacant possession. Now, buyers, I do have some rules. The auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules. Are any other conditions made available before the start of today's auction? The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendor has a reserve price. As the auctioneer, I'll indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, major disruption by bidders, and fines are provided for this conduct. The rules prohibit the vendor bid. The word that we use when bidding on behalf of the vendor is vendor bid, and only I, as the auctioneer, can make a vendor bid. We've got quiet as buyers. I know we're ready to get stuck into it, but a beautiful home. You're sitting on 473 square meters. A big house on a compact block here. 5 beds, all upstairs. That master, one of the biggest masters I've seen in a very long time, and every bedroom up there is oversized. Downstairs, multiple living areas, stone bench tops, that beautiful outdoor area that just opens up that living zone over there. As far as location, the vendor's kids went to PLC, which is one of the best schools in the area, just down the road. You got Deakin University, you got the trams, you got everything, guys. I'm not here to be your Google Maps. You know where we are here today. Now, before I kick it off today, before we start the auction, the way I'll be selling the property, I'll call it 3 times. First, second, third, final call, selling, sold. When the contract hits my hand like so, it buys the property sold. So if you hear the bid, raise your hand, raise both hands, jump up and down, scream out your bids, ask for assistance. We're here to help you. Quoting 148 to 158. Where can I see a firm and reasonable start? This is where you talk back now. Can I suggest bottom end of the range, 148 to get us going? You let me know. 1.5, thank you, and hope to see you out there. There's your competition right there, buyers, at 1.5 million. At 1.5, take a rise at 25 from there at a minimum. At 1.5. At 1.5 is the bid right now. At 1.5, what you say at the back there, Josh, but at 1.5, you put yourself in the box seat right now. At 1,500,000. At 1.5. At 1.5 is the bid over here in front, looking for a rise at 25 or more from there. At 1.5 at the front, would have thought, I see your hands at that, ready, moving, ready. Brand new carpet as well, you can see the vendor's even done that for you. Nothing needs to be done. Move in, hold it as an investment even if you like. At 1.5, looking for a rise from there. First call at 1.5. Second call at 1.5, third and final call at $1,500,000. Well, buyers, as many of you guys have seen it multiple times. I don't want to have to do a vendor bid, but if you don't participate, I will put a vendor bid in. Let me know what you want to do. You're doing well at the front. 20. Take 20 to move us forward and nothing less at this stage. At 20, 40 straight back if you like. At 1.52. At 1.52 we have Two bidders in it all together. 40, can I say? At 20 we have. At 20 is the bid. Pardon me?
20,000.
20,000 and 40 straight back. At 40 and 60, can I say? At 40 it is. At 40 is the bid. At 40 we have Josh, invite your buyer back in for another 20. At 40 we have. At 1,540,000. At 40 is the bid. 60, can I say? Or more. At 40 we have. At 1,540,000. At 1,540,000 is the bid right now. Invite you back in. What do we say? 60, sir, can I say? At 40 we have with the opening bidder. Two in it all together. Feel free to jump in as well. At 40. At 40 it is. At 40 is the bid. At 1,540,000 now in front. What do we say? Can I ask for another 20?
20.
Thank you. 60. At 60 is the bid. And same with you. 80 or 1.60? Let me know. I'm taking 20s at this stage. At 60, 80 can I say? At 60 we have. At 60 is the bid right now. At 156, let me know if you want to come in for 20. At 60 we have. At 1,560,000, two in it. Let me know. First score at 1,560. Second call at 1,560. 80? Yep, 80. And 80 straight back with the opening bidder over here, and 80 it is. At 1,580,000, take me to 16 if you will. At 1,580, two in it all together right now. At 1,580,000, what do we say? 1.6. 1,580 right now. At 1,580,000. At 1,580,000.
1.6.
1.6, there you go. At 1.6, and invite you back in. At 1.6. At 1,600,000. At 1.6 now. At 1.6 even. At 1,600,000.
Can you take 10?
I'll take 10 to move in the right direction, and 10. At 10 it is. At 1,610,000. At 10 we have right now. Invite you back in. 10 or 20 will do. Suggest keep going in 20s if you will. At 1,610,000. And 10 now is the bid. And 10 we have. At 1,610,000. What about at the back here, sir? Or anyone else? At 1,610,000 now with the opening bidder. Being here from the start. At 1,610,000. Can I invite you back in now, sir? Another bid over there, Josh. What do we say? Need to know.
10.
10. And 20 it is. At 1,620,000. And on you, sir. At 20 it is. 30 can I say? At 20 we have. At 20 is the bid right now. At 1,620,000. Just the two bidders now. That's all we need for an auction. At 1,620,000. At the front now. First call at 1,620,000. Second call at 1,620,000. Third and final call at what? 30. And 30 is the bid. Straight back there. 40 can we say? At 30 we have. At 1,630,000. At 1,630,000. 40 straight back. Josh, can you say? Great home. Nothing to be done. Family home. Enjoy it. Live here for a long time. Close to everything Melbourne has to offer. Great schools, great parkland, great community area. At 30 is the bid right now. At 1,630,000. First call at 1,630,000. Second call at 1,630,000.
10.
Another 10, 40. At 40 is 50. Or what about 60? At 40 we have. At 40 we got. Depends at this stage. You do 5, you can do 10. At 40 here, on my left hand side now. First call at 1,640,000. Second call at 1,640,000. Third and final call at
165.
165 and 50. Welcome to the bidding. 3 in total now. At 50 is the bid. At 50 it is. Invite you back in for another 10 if you like, and over here as well. At 1,650,000. At 1,650,000. Hope to see you at the end. At 50 we got now. Welcome to the bidding. At 50 it is. At 1,650,000. Invite you back in now if you will. At 1,650,000, can I say 60? At 50 we got opening bidder. 50 is the bid now. At 1,655,000. At 55. So you're back onto your buyer now with the opening bidder at 1,655,000. At 55 is the bid. Been there from the start. What do we say at the back there? Like to join in as well. At 1,655,000. Your buyer on the phone there, want a bid, need to know. Another 5 if you will, or 10 even better. At 55. At 55 is the bid now. Josh, invite your buyer back in as well if they will. At 1,655,000. First call at 1,655. Second call, 1,655,000. Third and final call at 1,600,000.
Did you take 2,000?
Taking 5s at a minimum at the moment. 55,000. Well, buyers, have a think about it while I refer the bid. Thank you. All right, buyers, thank you for your patience here now. Those 3 words in real estate we love. I'm the market. We're selling. If there's no further bids, you do buy the property here. If that's what you've been waiting for, we're going to find out who really wants it now. We're going to see a sold sticker up there. We are selling. There's no further bids at 1,655,000. At 1,655,000 is the bid right now. At 1,655,000. At 1,600,000.
5,000.
Yes, at 60. And 60 now. Why wouldn't you? Now you push. We're playing for keeps at 60. At 1,660,000. At 60 is the bid now. At 60 we have on my left. At 60 is the bid. Invite your buyer back there on the phone. If that's what they're waiting for, let them know. On the market we're selling. At $1,660,000 with bidder number 2 over there now. On the market, playing for keeps. This is where you need to push. Show us how much you want it. At 1,660,000. At 60 we have. Invite you back there on the phone. Anyone at the back there? Bidder at the front. I'll invite you guys back in. At 1,000,000.
Okay, 5,000.
Yep, 65. At 65 now over here, Josh, on your buy over there, let me know if you want to go to 70. At 65. At 65 is the bid. What about on the phone over there or anyone out at the back? At 65. At 1,665,000.
5,000.
70. At 70 straight back on you again. Keep pushing. You've been with me from the start now. At 70. At 1,670,000. At 1,670,000 is the bid now. Great buy. Big home like this. Think about how much it would cost if you just had to buy the land and then try and even reconstruct something like this. Building costs are through the roof. Interest rates are coming down, which means houses are going to keep going up. Your high immigration is going to keep, and we don't have enough homes. At $1,670,000 on my left now. invite you back in, sir. At 1,670,000. Need to know now. Plenty of opportunity. Are we in on the phone there? First call. We're selling. 2,000. 72. At 72, straight back. At 72. Need to know on the phone on the left there, Josh. At 72. At 72 is the bid. At 72 we have
3,000.
75. At 75, straight back onto you, Brian, and your buy at the front. At 75. At 75 is a bid right now. At 75 we have. At 75. At 75, can I invite you back in now? At 75, we're on the phone there as well. Need to know. We've finished. Silent.
1,000.
76. 76 now. 80. 70.
2,000.
78, because the 8s are lucky. 78. Straight back to you, sir. What do we say? At 78. At 78 now. She knows on a friend, phoning a friend, but at 78, invite you back in at the front. 168. 1680. 1,680,000. Keep pushing. Stay with me now. You guys have bid it so well. Stay with me. At 1780, we are on the market. We will be selling. There's no further interest over there. At 1780 with the opening bidder. Invite you back in. Need to know. I will call it 3 times. Let me know. At
8,000.
Oh, the lucky 8s. 1688. Great. Bold. Let's see if it's lucky for you. At 1,688,000, they're shaking their head. At 1688, we're done on the phone over there. Sue, can you confirm? Yes, thank you. At 1,688,000. First call, we're selling.
1,000.
89. Try 1.7. You say no. You say no. You're shaking his head. $1,000 sounds like a small bid. It's going to get you in this hole. We don't have another one here. 1689. We're definitely out. Definitely finish. Done. Silent. Josh, confirm with me now. At 1,689,000. If there's no further bids, we will be sold. First call, we're selling. 90. At 90. Shaking his head no and then giving me a bid. This is how I get my trust issues. At 90. I'll give you $1,000, Dad. Please buy it. At 1,690,000, $1,000 bid. Might have done enough now. At 1,690,000, having a chat. He's saying no. He was saying no, then he bid it. At 1,690 now. You've got to push for your homes here. Push a little bit extra if you will. At 1,690, plenty of opportunity. Going first, second, third, and final call. We're selling. We're selling. Oh, Sue's telling me
91.
just 91. Good communication there, Sue. At 91. At 91. Try 1.7. At 91 we have. At 1.691. Try 1.7. See what happens. Let's raise the stakes a little bit there. At 1.691. And 91's a bid right now. At 1,691,000. You can see this area. Look where you are. Wide court location. The only people that are going to be coming here are your neighbours. The kids can play here in the road. Beautiful parklands around here. At 1,691,000, long conversation, need to know. Crunch time now, Josh.
1,000.
92. 92. Another 1,000, sir, can I say? 92 over here. Invite you. That's a real no. You said no before and then you did 1,000. Definitely out? Happy to sell it?
Yep.
Thank you. I appreciate your bidding. There's no further bid. You put your hands together for the new neighbours because we're selling. We're selling. We are sold. Congratulations. Another 10 of